You're listening to Tune Into NoCo. I'm Priscilla Martinez. Today, I'm speaking with Selena Lujan de Albers from the city of Fort Collins. How are you today, Selena?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Can you tell me what is your job title?
Sure, I'm a lead specialist within the Environmental Services Department of the City of Fort Collins.
January, Selena, is National Radon Month. For our listeners who are unfamiliar, can you please explain what radon is?
Yeah, definitely. So, radon is an invisible, odorless, tasteless radioactive gas that's created during the natural decay of uranium that is found in our soil. Radon is everywhere, and Colorado has higher concentrations than other regions.
And how big of an issue in northern Colorado is there with radon?
Yeah, I would consider this a pretty big issue for our area, even the whole state of Colorado. As I mentioned, we do have higher concentrations, and based off of the Environmental Protection Agency, we are in zone 1 for radon, which means that our homes, your homes, are most likely or more statistically likely to have higher than the recommended level of 4 picocuries per liter. So it does vary house to house what your levels are. It doesn't matter if your home is brand new, how old it is, the quality, the upkeep of the home. It can have higher than the recommended level of 4 picocuries per liter. And so I would say, yeah, it's a significant concern in our area and all of Colorado.
And when it comes to radon, what can the city of Fort Collins do for the community?
Yeah, so it is our mission to increase testing and mitigation in our area. And what we do actively is provide test kits for radon testing and education around other forms of testing when it comes to radon and mitigation. I highly recommend checking out our website. There's a lot of great resources there. And our website is fcgov.com/radon. And you can find out more about the health risks related to radon, radon mitigation, and just more information in general about radon across the nation. And so we also offer free indoor air quality assessments of homes where we look at the home and any indoor air quality contaminants that could be of concern, which includes radon. So we offer free testing as a part of those assessments. Also at the local senior center located on 1200 Raintree Drive, we sell radon test kits at a subsidized cost. So they're $6 for the short-term test kits and $20 for the long-term test kits.
That's great information. Thank you for those resources. We've obviously had some crazy couple years. So
Yes.
during quarantine or even still now, has there been like a decrease in people asking for assessments? And along with that question is also, what are your safety protocols when it comes to going into people's homes?
Yeah, due to the pandemic, we've had to adapt our services quite a bit. So for the healthy homes assessments that I mentioned, we've had to put those on pause for now. So we are not currently going into homes. However, we're still offering assessments over the phone, and we have an online version of our assessment tool. So people who participate in either of those assessments, either of those platforms, can give us a call once they're completed and receive a free radon test kit still. So it's really important that we still get those resources out there, despite the fact that we're not able to go into homes currently. And so we're wanting to find ways to get those resources in people's hands, especially radon test kits, because we are finding ourselves spending more and more time at home. And if you're like me right now, I'm sitting in my basement doing this interview, and this is where my highest potential exposure level could be at. So like I said, super important that we still get this information and the test kits out there into people's hands. And yeah, the unfortunate piece of the pandemic is we have seen a decrease, and we're just finding ways to make our program services more equitable and accessible to community members, knowing that this is just a really hard time for a lot of people. We want people to worry about one less thing. So how can we make it easy?
Yeah, of course. So you kind of adapt and have to work around the times and how things work now.
Yeah,
Do you,
definitely.
do you have any stories that you would like to share about radon? I mean, obviously, you don't have to name any names or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't have any personal stories per se, but I do know that there's a lot of sad and scary stories. So something that I didn't mention earlier about radon is that it's the second leading cause of lung cancer. That's why why it's so important to test and know your levels.
Mhm.
It's not a guarantee that you'll get lung cancer from radon exposure. It's very much dependent on the time or the amount of time that you're exposed to radon and for how long and how much radon you're exposed to over that period of time. And so, the stories that I have heard or that I know of, are sad. They're sad because people are experiencing the lung cancer as a result of being exposed to radon. And the good thing is that I've also heard stories about people saying, wow, I tested and my levels were way above the recommended level of 4 picocuries per liter.
Wow.
And I mitigated as a result of it. And I feel safer. I feel safer in my home. I feel like I can be, in my basement or the lowest area of my home and feel, comfortable with the fact that I am not being exposed to high levels. And so that's the nice piece of it all, is hearing those stories where people are able to take action and feel safe and healthy in their homes.
Yeah, preventing before anything worse can happen.
Definitely. That's our goal. That's why we're here, is to provide that education and those resources. So we're not hearing, the really sad stories about radon-induced lung cancer.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Selena, is there anything else that you would like to tell our listeners out there?
Yes, since it's Radon National Action Month, now is the time to take action. The first step you can take is to test your home. And as I mentioned before, we provide radon test kits for sale at the Senior Center. However, during this month, we are giving away 100 free short-term test kits. So if you are one of the first 100 people to request a test kit, and last I heard, they still have quite a few on hand, you can get that test kit for free. So I really encourage you to get over to the Senior Center if you can, to pick up a test kit. If not, give us a call. Give us a call and let us know how we can support you, whether it's answering your questions about radon, helping you navigate the test kit itself, and if you have questions about mitigation. I'll also say that in addition to the resources that are located on our website, the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment also has amazing resources available too. And because of them, we're able to actually fund our program services through a grant that they provide. And they support a lot of our radon efforts. So we have a wonderful partnership with them, and they are extremely knowledgeable about radon in our area and across Colorado.
And what is their website?
The website for the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment is cdphe.colorado.gov/radon.
Awesome. That's great information. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And Selena, I want to thank you for coming on to Tune Into NoCo and giving us that information for the local community about radon.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's been a joy to work on these efforts. Fort Collins has been extremely progressive in this space, working in radon for over 20 plus years. So it's been amazing taking on this role to just increase testing and mitigation in our area, right? Just to make sure people are as safe as they can be in their homes.
Again, that was Selena Lujan de Alvers with the City of Fort Collins. Learn more about Radon Action Month at fcgov.com/radon.